Hello and welcome to Starship Sofa's HQ. Today I'm going to give you 5 reasons why to read the book The Martian by Andy Weir. A stunning book that came out and just rocketed up the charts. But why? This is my 5 reasons. So yes, welcome to Starship Sofa's HQ. And like I say, today we're going to look at the 5 reasons why I think you should read The Martian if you haven't read it. Novel by Andy Weir, and I'm going to call it science fiction because it's set a little bit in the future there. Yes, it's just basically what's happening today, but we're on Mars and, there's kind of certain events going on. So my 5 reasons why you should watch, actually there you go, you should read The Martian. First up, and this is a strange one, info dump. It is loads, or there are loads of sections in the book where it's info dump. But this is a good reason because, Andy Weir has done it very subtly. Basically the story is this man's trapped on Mars and he's got to kind of survive to a certain time to get picked up. That's the basic premise of it. And in his mind, he's trying to work out how to kind of survive. And this is where the info dump comes in. But it's not, it's not like a kind of shabby writer kind of just telling you things, this mountain's tall, whatever. It's, what it does, it drags you along. So Andy Weir's kind of saying he's got to, one of the sections is he's got to work out, survive on potatoes, of all things, you know what I mean? And it's just the character, Mark Watney, working out how to kind of, survive on potatoes. And it just does, it gets logical. But what it's, the clever little subtle way it's done is you're going along with it, so you're trying to work out as well, all these kind of little situations, you're there with the character, you're trying to work out these little kind of possibilities. Well, what happens if I did that? What happens if I did this? And so it is, yes, it's info dump, but it's certainly not on a scale where it's going to spoil a story, and it actually makes you, you're almost there with the character, do you know what I mean? You're kind of sitting alongside them with your pen and paper saying, well, Mark, if you do that, you do that. And that's what I loved, do you know what I mean? Because normally, you can spot info dump a mile away and it's just like kind of hideously horrible. Do you know what I mean? It just spoils the book. Let me make up my own mind what it's all about. What I can see, what I can do. But Andy Weir very cleverly just slips this in, and like I say, you're actually helping him, the character, trying to survive, and that's brilliant. The next one is, it's Mark Watney, the character. Do you know what I mean? It's from the first sentence on this book, you're there with the character. And it's, again, Andy Weir has done a fantastic job of this. Do you know what I mean? Straight away, the first sentence, the first paragraph, you're hooked. It's one of these things where it's like a snowball and it's just gathering gathering momentum. You just want to kind of keep on going and you're willing them to kind of survive, you know what I mean? And this character, it's basically for, say, a third of the book, even more, it's just Mark Watney. So this one character has to kind of convince you to kind of carry on reading the book. Do you know what I mean? And again, Andy Weir has done that tremendously just by kind of making him believable. Do you know what I mean? You're there with him and you're rooting for him all the time because these kind of dangers, of kind of Mars come up all the time. And, it's so close to failing all the time as well. And that's the thing that keeps you going. Do you know what I mean? You just want this character, Mark Watney, just to keep on going. But he's got this quirkiness, do you know what I mean? In the kind of face of like kind of death on a lonely planet. He's quite chirpy. He's quite, you know what I mean? He's got a bit of a character to him. He's not doom and gloom, do you know what I mean? He's going to give it his best shot. And you're willing him, do you know what I mean? You're kind of willing the character. And that's why you're galloping away with the story, because of this one character, Mark Watney. Number 3 in my kind of why you should read this is Mars itself. It is a character in this book. It is, it comes over as a kind of, we kind of know Mars of what we know, you know what I mean? Like this kind of harsh, cold, barren desert place. And it's all of them, do you know what I mean? Kind of Andy Weir has got them nailed down. But it's also, it is a kind of character in this story, you know what I mean? And you kind of almost kind of, it's nice to, it's like a comfort place to be there, even though it's quite a bizarre, you know, you step out your kind of habitat, you're dead. You know what I mean? You get a puncture in your suit, you're dead. You know, it's unforgiving in that way, but it's almost like a, you know, another character to go along with Mark Watney on this kind of lonely journey to survival. So I think number 3 is, it's definitely the character itself of Mars. So number 4, it's, again, from the start, it's hope. Do you know what I mean? And that's one of the kind of key components for me of science fiction, is hope. And Andy Weir kind of exploits this to the kind of ultimate. You know what I mean? You just hope beyond hope that he can, well, it's almost not to get the kind of point B for survival to get picked up. It's just these little quintessential steps, you know what I mean? Just like he's got to do a certain task, and just the hope, please do it, do it, do it. You know what I mean? And it's like this hope theme carries right the way through the book. And that, as soon as I kind of was reading it, I was kind of realised this, you know, that's for me is one of the kind of themes I love in science fiction, is hope. Just to kind of, you know, surely there's something better can come, you know, in kind of this science fiction genre. And Andy Weir had done it perfectly. Now the last, number 5, the reason why, and this is the main one, is read the book before the film comes out. Yes, in, I think it's November this year, there is going to be a film. Ridley Scott picked up the rights, and Matt Damon is going to be playing the character of Mark Watney. And listen, I cannot, do you know what I mean? Yeah, Ridley Scott's done some turkeys of late, do you know what I mean? He's done some classics. He's probably done more turkeys than classics. But, you know, a fair play to, you know, Matt Damon. I've got total confidence in Matt Damon. But you've just got to read the book before you see the film, because if you see the film, you'll never come back and read the book. You know what I mean? Just take my example with Dune. Do you know, it just, I've never went there again, and it's kind of 25 years, whatever, or however long, and it's never made us want to kind of read the book. So please, read the book before the film comes out, and enjoy the film. Do you know what I mean? I'm certainly looking forward to it. You know, I can't wait for that to kind of see what, you know, Matt Damon comes with the character of, you know, Mark Watney. That would be fantastic. So that is my 5 there's 10. 5 reasons why you should read the book, The Martian. Do you agree? Leave some comments. That would be fantastic. Until next week, I would just like to say goodbye from me. I hope you enjoyed that show. Please think about subscribing. You will get the shows each and every time I release them. And why not check out the videos? Worst science fiction books I have ever picked. Oh, they're there. Check it out. And while you're on, subscribe to the newsletter. You get Starship Sofa's Volume 1 free. Fantastic writers in there. Just sign up for the newsletter and you'll get that.